just created a campaign, and this video is about how to edit a campaign. So if you go into your campaigns, this is the one I have just created. I'm going to click on it, and it will start populating the information here. Now, there are a few things that I want to do first while this is getting populated. First thing first is I want to go into settings here at the top and click on enable sentiment analysis. So this one won't be ticked, but I want you to go and tick it because this will actually show you positive or negative type of responses. So this is very important. Then I want to go into schedule. Now you can change the schedule here. You can put it on Sundays as well. I don't like doing it on Sundays, but I do like having it on Saturdays. You are able to click on the time zone and choose the time zone you want to use, adjust for daylight savings time. And then I would suggest mine, I've already set mine, but do about 10 hours. And you can use 10 different hours if you want to, certain days maybe a little bit earlier. So this is not your availability. Please do remember that this is only the hours that the messages will get sent. So you want to grab about 10 hours each day, Saturdays, maybe mornings or afternoons, and then Sundays if you're working with owners. Don't do Saturdays and Sundays 10 hours because that simply doesn't look like a human. Very less humans, or very few humans, actually works full Sundays and Saturdays, and we don't want it to think that we are a bot. So we're just going to save the schedule. Next, we're going to have a workflow. So, and I can now go and edit the workflow. So let's just see how it works. So if it starts, it sees if you're connected. So this is your first degree connections. If you are connected already with the person, it will send them a message. If not, if they don't reply, because you will see here, it says stops the workflow if the profile replies. If nobody replies, then it will endorse them in the, over 3 days. It will wait another hour. It will send another message, and then it will like a post 1 day later. Okay. If they are not connected, we're going to view their profile. We're going to like a post, and we're going to invite them. If they then get connected, and this checks for 7 days, if they then do connect, then we send them a viewer post, send them a message. If they don't reply, we send them another message 2 days later. We endorse their campaign or the profile or a skill an hour later. And if they still don't reply, we send them another message 3 days later. Now, if you want to scroll to the right of this one, you can either use your mouse and just scroll, or go here to the left-hand side where it's white, scroll down, because if you scroll down here in the middle, you see this happens. And this is very confusing. So I'm just going to scroll back up. So you need to go to the left-hand side, scroll down, and then you should be able to move it here. Now, if you change anything in here, you will need to scroll down and click Save Workflow. Otherwise, it will not save. Do you see here on the right-hand side? Workflow was successfully saved. So our next step is, if they're not connected within 7 days, we're going to check if an email exists. If an email does exist, we're going to send them an email immediately. Otherwise, if it bounced, we are going to send them another email 3 days later. Sorry, I think if email has bounced, oh no, then we're not going to do anything. If the email hasn't bounced, because then we know the email actually works, then we're going to send them an email 3 days later, and then another one 5 days later. Again, these will stop when somebody replies. Now, we have had people that says, well, they have sent me a message, and but the workflow didn't stop. Now, if you send them a message or they send you a message before the actual first message gets sent out, then it will not stop. So you need to go and manually stop that, and we will show this on another video. But if it goes through the messages and then they reply, this automation will stop. If they simply send you a message after you send them an invite, you can select this here, but otherwise this is not automatically selected. So please just make sure that if you don't want them to get the new message, then it will stop. But do remember, then you haven't sent them their first message where you're actually asking them for a call. So if you're not on LinkedIn every day, I would suggest not ticking this one. Okay, great. And then if an email doesn't exist, they get sent a LinkedIn in the mail. So this is the process. Now, how to edit? We're going to scroll again here on the left-hand side down, scroll to the left, and now we can start editing the messages. So message 1 is a quick edit. So you just click on quick edit, then you can go in here and add anything you would like. I don't really want to add that. Maybe I just want to add my surname in here, or even say that I'm a marketing director. But these are first degree connections, so they should know me already. Now, and you can just click on save and overwrite. So you click, so this is message 1, message 2. Again, you can just quick edit, save and overwrite. Okay. So you can do this with everything except the emails. So you will see emails are slightly more complicated, and we do not have the functionality to save it in here. So go through all your messages, go through your in-mail as well. Let's just see what the in-mail is. You can quick edit and save and overwrite. Now, once you're done, you need to scroll down and say save workflow. If you don't do this function, you're not going to save the changes you've already made. If I do want to change something in the email, I need to go somewhere else. So I'm going to go to templates here on the left-hand side on the bottom. So you'll see this is coaching done for you, email 1. I'm going to go then, so in templates, you'll go to email sequences, and this was coaching DF done for you, email 1. So they were going from the bottom one to the top one. So these were that specific campaign's emails. And then you can just click on edit. So this is the first email that will go out. I can change the subject name. I can insert a variable if I want to do this. I don't. And then in the message as well, again, this is a variable. So this automatically gets filled in with their information on LinkedIn. If you don't want that, you can delete it, or you can change a variable in here as well. Sorry, that's not where. That's just simply in the title. We want to add it in here, so I'm just going to highlight this, insert variable here, and I want to say last name. So that is how you change it, and you can just then click update. Remember, anything that you change, you need to save. Anything. This will not automatically save. You do need to update it somewhere on the page. So always look for an update or a save button. So I can just click on update. There we go. The template was successfully uploaded. And now it shows me the rest. So you can go and do this for all of them, and it will automatically update in your campaign. And this is how you edit them. You can edit your sequences as well. So this is the messages that we were looking at. This might just be slightly confusing. It is easier on the campaign workflow to see how the messages works so that you do know, but you are able to see them here. So these two are for the first degree messages. So this is the first message, then the second message. And then after we send a connection, this is the first, second, and third message. So these are all for one campaign. And if you build multiple campaigns, you will get, as you see here, multiple different messages. Okay, so you've got your email sequence, your direct messages, which is just called the sequence, and then your in-mail as well that you can edit here. But if you want to do it in your workflow, I'm just going to show you where again. So you can do it in campaigns. You can click on the workflow, and then you profiles, then workflow, and here you can go and edit all the messages. It's just emails that you will need to edit in here. If you're not sending emails, you are more than welcome to just delete them out as well. So I'm just going to say, no, I am not sending emails. So I am just going to start deleting them here. And then I will, of course, just delete all of them because otherwise the campaign won't work. So I'm just sending them an email. And do remember that we then need to save the workflow. But I'm not going to do now because I actually like this workflow, but I can go and save it. Okay, perfect. Oh, by the way, so this one actually shows, so this one was the one that we just built through the persona. And as you can see here, it says provisioning. So the fetch is provisioning for the campaign, which means it will now run through all the profiles. So if I click on it, it will start showing me all the profiles here on the left-hand side. But it has just started, so it's just taking its time. And do remember that afterwards, and if you're happy with the list, only after it stops provisioning, then you need to go and click on Get Emails. Okay, thank you.